Hi guys, this is Gareth. I'm going to be playing Railway Tycoon 3. Bear with me guys, this is one of my first times I've actually made a video. So I hope you have as much fun as I am, just giving you a bit of a delve into Railway Tycoon 3. I thought I'd play about 10-20 minutes, explain some of game features, and also obviously letting you see how the game plays and see, maybe get you interested in it. So I'm going to go single player. I'm just going to do a scenario. I don't want to spoil the campaign for you, let you play that on your own. Right, so I'm going to be playing in my home country of the British Isles. So I'm going to start. So it's just starting up, as you can see. As you can see, this is, because it's a scenario, it's just giving you a little bit of information of what's going on and so forth. Now, you have three sort of medals that you can get for this, which is bronze, you can hold 500 loads by the end of 854. Silver, hold 1000 loads, earn at least 15 million in total revenue, and have a personal net worth of at least 5 million by the end of 854, which I will explain how to help your personal net worth. Gold, you need to hold 2000 loads and have a 13 million in total revenue and have a personal net worth of at least 15 million by the end of 1854. Now obviously total revenue is quite simple, so it's just obviously make as much money as you possibly can. So okay, so I'm going to start up a new company, which I am going to rename to Gaz's Railway. As you can see, it is very straightforward, and you can see that it has your own player investment and outside investments. You can change the outside investments, and that's how many shares and stuff like that outside investors will have, and obviously how many shares you'll have at the beginning of the game. So obviously I'm just going to leave it at max, because obviously I want as much money to start with. So I'm going to click OK. As you can see, my company has appeared, so I am the only company in the game at this moment in time. Right, I am going to build a train track, which you click on this little lay track icon, which has lay single, layer double track, which obviously at the moment I just need a single track. Double tracks come in when you get busier at games or have busier stations. It's helpful to have. Bulldozing, if you're making mistakes, you can bulldoze your track. It will cost you a bit of money to bulldoze track or any buildings. It will, if you bulldoze a building, as you can see now, it has told me if I wanted to bulldoze that it would cost me 70,000, which I don't want to do at the moment. Obviously you have bridges, which have wooden bridges which are weaker and can only support basically a little track, one track, or you can have the stone bridge, which is stronger and can support more. As the game progresses, another bridge comes available, and it's iron, which means you can build it over better bodies of water. With the little the tunnels and bridges, you can change how frequently you see them. So obviously you can have tunnels on average, rare, never, or common, which I'm just going to leave it as average. On this side of the map there is an undo track, which I'll just put some track down. As you can see, it's come up, and basically you can just undo it and it'll disappear. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay my track down from Cambridge, as I said, down into London, which is just down here. A bridge has appeared automatically for me. If you had it as never, there would be no bridges. I'm going to have to do it because I am not getting through. Okay, there we go. I've completed my track into London, and I'm just going to take it straight down to Guildford, which is over here. Now the next thing you need, obviously, is stations. So we're going to click on build station icon button, which you have a small station, a medium station, and a large station. So I'm just going to put a small station in Guildford. I'm going to put a large one in London because London is the capital. You can upgrade stations at any time you feel like. So I'll put another small one just in there If you click on it, as I said, you can upgrade it to whatever size you want. As cities get bigger and busier, you can build larger stations, and they'll hold more sort of goods and stuff like that in the building. Also on this, you need basically a service tower, which for this time era is basically for water and sand. So you just place it down like so, and the same with maintenance sheds. Maintenance refills all its oil and stuff like that and keeps your trains going. They will stop there when they need to, or you can set them as you feel. Under that there is a place non-station button, which you have a post office, which basically if you put it near a station will hold post for longer. Restaurants, which obviously any passengers that come in and out of will get food and stuff like that, and it'll increase your profit. And a tavern, obviously for people who want to drink and so on. You've got breweries and lumber mills and meat packing and paper mills and texture mills and tool and die. You can build these at any point in the game. Obviously at the moment I can't afford to. I'm not that rich at this moment in time, so I'm not going to be doing any of that at this moment in time. Now, obviously this is Railway Tycoon, so we want some trains. So we're going to add train button on the end. Now obviously this train gives you just basically information of the train. It tells you how much it's going to cost, which this one costs 10,000, and its annual maintenance is 6,000. It also gives you a breakdown of its fuel economy, which is atrocious, and acceleration is very poor. Reliability is poor as well. Passenger approval is ultra cool, and engine type is steam. You do get electric types as the game and the years progress. Obviously we've got steam at this moment in time. You have a bit of information. Now grades obviously is hills, so grade 6 is where it will go the slowest, grade 4 it will go a bit slower, grade 2 it will go slower, and again, and 0 it just goes at its maximum speed. You can see what it be like with express or frigate. I generally tend to have mixed trains, so I'm just going to leave it at mixed. So I'm going to buy myself a train now. So what you do to buy a train, you click on the stations that you decide. So I'm going to start at Guildford, then I'm going to go into London, up to Cambridge, and then back down to London, and then it will go from London down to Guildford and back again until the train has been either replaced, destroyed, or whatever you want to do with it. So I'm now going to place it. Now on this you have your station, so it's got Guildford, London and Cambridge. Now obviously what you can do, you can customize content. Now obviously anything that is got a yellow, it's sort of can pick it up from that station. So obviously this can pick up alcohol, clothing, cotton, goods, lumber, iron, grain, mail, milk, passengers, wool and produce. Now I tend to leave mine on auto manage, because then it just means your train will go backwards and forwards, you don't have to deal with it again. I tend to set dining cars and cabooses up. Now the caboose basically reduces the chance of it breaking down, and it slows down the oil consumption. With a dining car, if it's picking up passengers from said car, from said station, it will increase the value of your train. I also tend to put it on 6, and then when you click this apply consistent to all stations on this route, it will just mean it will save that setting. So I'm going to exit and I'm going to buy a train. Now my train has appeared down at Guildford, which it is just there. It's hiding behind the station. I'll click on it in a second. So down here is your speed control for the game. Now you have, obviously it's paused at the moment, very slow, slow, normal, fast and very fast. I tend just to leave it at medium so I can do stuff around. Now I'm going to click on my train at the moment. So there's my little train. It's not carrying anything for me. You can see how much revenue it has made for this year. and in lifetime, maintenance cost, fuel costs, and profit. It's not made me any profit at this moment in time. Now you can see I'm locked on to this train, so you have a central camera button which will just center it. If you lock it like I've done, it'll show you basically where the train, it'll follow this train until you unlock or unclick. The board of directors has just suspended because my company is now negative, it has no money at this moment in time. But no fear, my train will go into Cambridge and give me some money. So click OK on that. So obviously you have a retire train. If you click on the retire, it'll tell you, do you want to retire this train? That is entirely up to you. Depending, you might find that the train isn't profitable, or you just don't see the point of having that train anymore. If you want to replace the locomotive at any time, you can click the replace locomotive and it will come up with, if you've got more modern trains and you want to replace, you can just upgrade it as and when you need to. And then copy this train. Copy this train, obviously just does what it says. Right. Under this little button you have your company, and I'm the only company, as you can see. So there's not much. It'll tell you how much revenue and how much profit. I've made no profit yet in this game, which is sad, but my little train is heading that way and it'll make me some money when it gets in. Okay, under next tab you can see what sort of the stations hold at the moment. Now Guildford has some frigate at Guildford. London, it has the most, obviously, because it's a bigger station, it holds more, and Cambridge has quite a bit as well, and it's just going to go into Cambridge. And when your train goes in, a little thing comes up here and it says how much money has come in through that train. Okay, the next button is down here. Under this basically tells you everything like all your revenue, expenses, and profit and interest, and all the things you need to know about what's going on. So obviously I've made 61,000 revenue, my expenses is 42, interest is 1, and my profit 17,000. The button underneath lets you basically take a loan, or as it says, a bond. If I click on the bond, it will give me 500,000 cash, which you have to pay off in a set period of time. Obviously, per month, as the game goes on, you lose money, just like it's an interest. Under the next is your stock. Now, my share price at the moment is 55,000, which isn't a lot of money, but it is quite cheap for people to buy your stock. As you can see in the game, it's just started to rain, which it doesn't really affect. You do get thunder in this game, which obviously you won't hear unless I buy some speakers, but you don't hear it. If you play the single player campaign, there are volcanoes and earthquakes on some of the missions, which they do have an impact on your game. Under that, you also have changed the dividend, so you can change your dividend and it'll make more money for you and your shareholders. Underneath this you have a map, which obviously everything's green at the moment for this, so I can't buy any access, or don't need to buy any access rights. If you were playing on some campaigns in the single player, you do have to buy access rights to some of the actual main areas of the game. But as this scenario, I don't need to do anything at this moment in time. The year has just ended, so what you do, you click this little button. Now this just gives you a company overview and it tells you basically what's going on. Now obviously my investors aren't happy with me, I haven't made enough profit, so they've cut my salary. Your salary trickles in throughout the game and also sort of affects your personal wealth, which is your personal net worth, which you need for this scenario. Under here you can see there's a company, and it says obviously I made 141,000 revenue, profit was 64,000, and at the moment there's 71,000 cash that I can spend. Obviously you've got track mileage and it tells you how many tracks, how far your track goes. So my track goes up 118 miles. You then have your character, which I have no cash. I have stock 96,000 and total is 96,048. So that's my personal net worth is 96,000. At the very bottom button, this is just a game stat. So this is what you need for your objectives to get bronze, silver or gold. So for the bronze, it tells me I need the 500, 1,000, 2,000 for gold, and so on. It's told me that I've held 10 loads so far. You need to have also earned at least 50 million total revenue for silver, 30 million for gold for your company. So I've only done 141,000 so far to date. And additional for silver, you need a personal net worth of 5 million. Gold, 15 million. Your current net worth is 95,000. So I'm not worth a lot of money at this moment in time. Okay, you click exit and the game will carry on as before. Now, to influence your value of your shares and stuff like this, you will see there is a view button here. Now, on this bit of the game, obviously you can see me, the computer AI, and obviously other investors. Now, I currently have 2,000 shares in my own company. Now, when I buy, which I'm going to do, you'll see that that's 0 at the moment. When I click buy, it's come up, you don't have enough cash to buy the stock, but you can buy it and borrow the money. However, if the stock price falls, you may be forced to sell the stock to meet a marginal call. Go ahead and buy the stock. So I'm going to go yes. You can see my shares have gone up by 1,000. It's come out of other investors. The share price will jump up slightly because obviously someone's gone and bought some shares. Share also goes up. Price goes up when money from trains go in. So this one just put in 189,000. It's quite a bit of money. Makes your investors feel happy, and obviously it's because you're making more money as the game goes on. As you can see now, this little worldy map tells you how many carriages are waiting. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 carriages in there currently. So that train will go in, pick up 6, and then that will drop down. Now, when you go over to, say, this little station up here, it tells you what things it needs, like wheat. So it currently has no suppliers and it wants wheat. So there'll be stations around the area, like this one up here in Birmingham, which has wheat. So that would supply it down to Cambridge, as long as you have the train track connecting to Cambridge. Now, if I go back to my little train, which is just heading out of London, if you want to go to trains, you can also just click on the train and then double click, which sometimes is a bit easier. Now, this one is taking up produce up to Cambridge. It is also taking alcohol up there, and it tells you how much the worth is on that, and so on. Now, my train just stopped in the maintenance shed, and it's refueling its oil, which obviously oil affects how likely it's to break down or crash. Now, underneath the bar is breakdown chance, which dropped when it went into the maintenance shed to 8.5. Your water gets filled back up by the Cambridge service tower, as I'm here at the moment, and it's refilled its water and its sand. Sand affects basically the level of hill. If it runs out of sand, it goes up slow up hills. Same with water, oil. It slows down your train. If you buy an electric train, it still needs a water service tower to get sand, because obviously it still needs it. So my train's just gone in again. It's picked me up some money, which is good. So now it'll pick up whatever's available from this station, and it's picked up a passenger, and it is heading out of this little area. If you buy companies around the game area, like this one here, you can see that the iron mine has made 20,000, 30,000, 42,000. If you click on the buy button, it tells you how much it will cost. It also means that when you build other companies, for instance, a brewery, it might move the brewery alcohol down the line, depending on, because not every city has it, but there is a demand. If you buy them in the wrong place, it doesn't work and it loses you money in the end of the day. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. If there is any games that you want to see me playing, please put a comment in the bottom of this YouTube video, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.